Did you feel this way when you fell in love with Jean?
Oh, look. I've felt that way lots of times.
He's a producer?
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't want to question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Bob, did you feel this way when you fell in love with Jean?
Oh, look. I've felt that way lots of times.
Yo, we are back once again. Solo session today. It's your boy Phil. Welcome back to the Baller Central podcast. Today is the NBA episode since Tuesdays, usually NFL, Thursdays, NBA. Sometimes we switch them due to contract or not contract, schedule conflicts. But I am solo today. John couldn't make it because of said schedule conflict. So, hey, it's me by myself, solo dolo. And hey, if you're new here, welcome to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if Twitch, welcome there as well. Yeah, we have a good amount to talk about today. The Celtics being the Cavs streak, the Philadelphia Sixers imploding. We have a lot more to talk about as well. More injuries. Luka's hurt. The Sixers had to play with the G League staff, which is wild. But what else do we have to talk about as well? But before we get into that, hey, make sure you like and comment down below, subscribe, put a notification so you know when we upload or go live, since next week's going to be Thanksgiving. So I think the plan is, I think we're going to do Tuesday, maybe a mix of NFL and NBA, but then take Thursday off since it's the holiday. So if you don't see us go live or post anything on Thursday, enjoy the day, enjoy family, enjoy friends, aka enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. So let's get into everything. Also, if you want to listen to us via audio, we're live on all the audio platforms. We usually upload after every live, so within the hour or so, maybe a little longer than that, but usually the same day. So we're live on Spotify, Google, what else? Spotify Junior, I don't know what it's called anymore, Apple Podcasts, and Google. So let's get into the slate. Today is going to be a pretty short, episode today since it's just me, so more talking for myself. So first off, Draymond Green is in hot water yet again, just because of his attacks on NBA players. He hurt Nurkic, sort of. He punched Jordan Poole, but this time around he's hurt Zach Edey apparently with the whole Ric Flair. I believe it was an ankle twist or whatever you want to call it. But yeah. I don't know how you want to call this, if it was planned or not. But hey, it's weird with Draymond just because he shows a lot of effort on the offensive side and defensive side, and sometimes his aggressiveness on both sides gets the most of him. And I think that's what happened on this play with Edey, because there's plenty of players/victims who has felt the wrath of Draymond. Rudy Gobert, Sabonis, like I said, Nurkic as well. So yes, I wouldn't rule out Draymond. I wouldn't say is he a dirty player? Honestly, anyone watching or listening, let me know. Do you consider Draymond a dirty player? Because he's had moments where you could think that. It's just tough. It's just he always tries to word it so well where he's not. But if you look at it with no context, it does look bad. You know, him stomping on Sabonis, him punching Jordan Poole, et cetera, et cetera. So it's interesting to see how the public perceives him and how the NBA perceives him. Because I don't know if he's going to get a fine for the Edie ankle thing, but Edie does now has a sprained ankle, so he will be out maybe a week or two. So just like a lot of NBA players, they just announced Luka was out today for I think a week or two, I believe, as well, with a sprained wrist. So yeah, the injuries are hitting the NBA hard, like we said last week. But Edie and Luka just joins the long list of players, and Brandon Ingram hurt himself too as well. So yeah, Ingram, Luka, and Edie all on the IL now. So tough. Also, a couple days ago, I forgot when it was, but we had some records broken as well. First off, James Harden breaks the record for second made threes by a career. I believe he passed Ray Allen to be the second most person with the most made threes. Obviously, Steph Curry is number one, and I don't think he'll ever catch him. But Harden says he should really be number one just because Steph Curry is that much of an exception. He is the greatest shooter of all time. But I don't believe any of that, to be honest. Excluding someone from record just because they're great at said skill does not mean you're going to be the first overall person, Mr. Harden. Steph worked on his craft for years. He went through all the trials and tribulations, the ups and downs. So he deserves to be number one and third made threes. And he made the shots. So yeah, James Harden deserves to be number two. I don't know if he'll ever catch Curry, but I doubt it. So Harden being the second best 3-point shooter made all time isn't so bad. I don't know why he's saying that he should be number one. Just accept that you're second, just because, I don't know if anyone will ever catch Curry in their lifetime. I don't even know if anyone's on pace to catch Curry, because we don't know when Curry's retiring or how much of these young players are shooting threes, even though most of them are, but how many are making them at a record-setting pace. So for James Harden, just accept your accomplishment and move on. You don't need to make it, oh, if this happened, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I should really be, et cetera, et cetera. We don't need that kind of bullshit. You should have shot more threes earlier in your career then. Also, Russell Westbrook. Obviously, a lot of people nowadays love to slander Russell Westbrook based on how he plays, his field goal percentages, how he shoots, et cetera, et cetera. But this is going to be a time where, we acknowledge that he has hit his 200th career triple-double. I think this was without Jokic as well, I believe, a couple days ago. So, yeah, he's been one of the most energetic players of all time. He's someone you definitely want on your team. He's someone that can push the pace. He's someone that will run regardless. 100%, 110% effort every single time down the floor, whether it's possession down by 5, down by 10, up by 10, up by 20. So, yeah, it's important that we give Russ his flowers when we can, because this generation of NBA players could be gone very soon. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Curry, Kawhi, Durant, and more. So it's important that we give flowers while they're still playing, not just when they retire, because they deserve credit and all their accolades and respect while they're playing. So shout out Mr. Russell Westbrook. Next up, speaking about Los Angeles related things, because Russ used to play for the Lakers, Dalton Knecht. He went off against the Jazz, I think, a couple days ago. He scored 37 points against, I believe, it's the Jazz. He went absolutely crazy on him. It was a NBA Cup game as well. Let me look at the stats real quick. Let's see. Dalton Knecht, 37 points, 5 rebounds, 0 assists. Kobe would be proud. 12 for 16 from the field, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, and 9 for 12 from 3. He was letting it fly without no care in the world. He made 9 threes, which is more than anyone on the team combined, because LeBron scored 1, Reeves scored 3, so that's 4, and Gabe Vincent hit the only other 3, which was 1 out of 2. So yeah, he hit more threes than all the other Lakers combined. So it's fair to say that on shooting wise, he carried the Lakers. But even though LeBron had 26 and 12 versus the Jazz, AD 26, 14 and 6 as well. So the 3-point side, he carried the Lakers. So yeah, I mean, Dalton Knecht, LeBron said it best. I believe he went like 16th in the draft. Which, let me look up the draft order of this year's draft. NBA draft recap 2024. So yeah, the 2024 NBA draft results. So it was Zachary Ricochet, Alex Sarr, Reed Shepard, Stephon Castle, Ron Holland. The Hornets draft Tijane Saloon. The Trailblazers draft Klingon. Spurs drafted Robert Dillingham. Grizzlies Zach Edey. Jazz drafted Cody Williams. Bulls drafted Montez Buzelis, sorry. The Thunder drafted Nikola Topic, basically another version of Jokic, not Luka. Kings drafted Devin Carter. The Trailblazers drafted Bub Carrington and traded him to the Wizards. The Heat drafted Khalil Ware. The Sixers drafted Jared McCain, and the Lakers at 17 drafted Dalton Knecht. And Knecht was projected to be like a top 10 pick. I'm surprised a lot of these teams passed on him. But so far, the most promising rookies right now has been, obviously still early in the season, Dalton Knecht and Mr. Jared McCain. Just because Matas Buzelis hasn't been given enough time to shine, Donovan Klingon has had moments here and there. We haven't seen much from Alex Sarr or Zachary Ricochet, maybe like 1 or 2 games from them. But yeah, if you're looking for a guard, the Pistons, they could use someone like Dalton Knecht. The Spurs could use something like Dalton Knecht. The Rockets as well. The Hornets, because I don't even know if I even seen a Saloon in action. The Spurs, I feel like Robert Dillingham was a decent choice. Cody Williams, Thunder could have drafted him. The Kings could have drafted him. The Trailblazers could have drafted him. The Heat definitely could have drafted him. But yeah, he drafted 17th, and LeBron was saying, he was watching them in the games, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, LeBron actually said in an interview during March Madness that I want to watch Tennessee and watch Dalton Knecht. So maybe he wasn't lying like he sometimes is via online. So yeah, Dalton Knecht has been putting on a show recently. What was his last couple games? His last couple of games, and he just got put in the starting lineup because the D-Lo was struggling. 37 points last game versus the Jazz, 27 versus the Pelicans, 14 versus Spurs, and 19 versus the Memphis Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies game was when it started it, because I think that's when he was injected into the starting lineup because the D-Lo was struggling. So ever since then, 19, 14, 27, and 37, and he's been shooting 5 for 5 from 3, 2 for 4 from 3, 5 for 10 from 3, and 9 for 12 from 3. So he's been shooting the lights out for 3 for the Lakers. So something they've been struggling with all year. It's nice to have a reliable 3-point shooter on that team. So, somewhat good for Lakers, because I'm a Celtics fan, so I hate the Lakers anyway. So if any success, I hate. And I'm going to admit to hating, because I do not like the Lakers. That's fucked up, because I'm a Celtics fan. Speaking of the Celtics, they ended the Cavs' winning streak that same night as Dalton Knecht going off. I think they were the first game of the night of the NBA Cup play. They won 120 to 117. Obviously, the Cavs had injuries. Dean Wade was out, Max Strus, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, and others. So obviously the Cavs didn't have a healthy team. They had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8-man rotation, because those are only players healthy. And so did the Celtics obviously didn't have Kristaps Porzingis, which I don't see. I mean, you could sort of make an excuse for that, and Xavier Tillman, but they're not going to be without him for a while. So we know Kristaps Porzingis wasn't going to be playing at the start of the season for this game anyway. So, but let's talk about who showed up and who didn't. Jason Tatum, 33, 12, and 7, making a strong case for MVP right now, and he shot 6 for 10 from 3 and 11 for 22 from the field, which one of his biggest problems in his career so far. One of the big problems for him has been efficiency, and he's been very efficient this year so far. He's been shooting 46% from the field. If maybe increase that by a percentage or two. His stats have been 29.9 points per game, 5.9 assists, 8 rebounds, and he's been shooting close to 40% from 3, which is great. And he's shooting 81% from the free throw line. Jaylen Brown was struggling. He shot 7 for 17. He shot 2 for 7 from 3. Al Horford was actually cooking, 20 points, 4 threes, and 3 blocks. But for the Cavs, Evan Mobley was cooking 22 and 11. Donovan Mitchell started off slow, but he picked up in the third and fourth quarter, 35 and 8 with like 3 threes. But Darius Garland was probably the main reason why they lost, just because 0 for 6 from 3, and they lost by 3. So if he would have made one, they would have been tied at least. And he shot 3 for 21 from the field, 8 points, 7 assists. Oof. Ugly game from Darius Garland, but as a Celtics fan, I'm not going to be too biased on this team. I still think this team can make some noise, but it all depends with the Cavs I'm talking about, because I believe the Celtics are going to go. I think the Celtics are going to repeat, so I think the Cavs can make some noise, but it's going to depend on the other role players. Like, are they going to be healthy during that time? Is Darius Garland? Are we going to get good Darius Garland or bad Darius Garland? Because, like, I think the last year or two we've been seeing a shell of Darius Garland performing for the Cavs. So hopefully he plays a lot more like this previous game instead of this actual game, because the Cavs need him to show up. Mobley and Jared Allen obviously need to shine like they've been playing so far. As long as this team's been playing like how they played like during this 15-game win streak before they lost, they should be okay. They could probably make an Eastern Conference Finals run, but it depends on their consistency. So yeah, I still like this Cavs team, and also the coach has been doing good. So yeah, Kenny Atkinson also been doing a great coaching job offensively, but defensively there could have been some lapses, just like during the Celtics game. So next up, the NBA All-Star Game. Now they announced it today. It's going to be a lot like the Rising Stars Challenge, which is I don't know how I feel about this, if we're being completely honest. So basically, where is it? I had it on my phone. Okay, so the NBA All-Star Tourney to have pickup style format. So the NBA new 4-team style format for the 2025 All-Star Game is expected to have 2 semifinal games played up to 40 points, with the winner advancing to the finals, match up to 25 points, told by Shams Charania. Now, if people read this news out loud, it would sound like a lot like the Rising Stars game. The GM would draft 4 GMs, 4 teams. They play against each other. The winner faces the winner in the finals, and the winner goes from there. But so how this is basically going to go, you're going to have 3 teams. I'm guessing 3 coaches or GMs. I don't know who the coaches or GMs going to be. And then the winner, the 4th team, will be the winner of the Rising Stars Challenge. So whoever wins between the best team from the Rising Stars Challenge will be able to face off against the 3 All-Star teams in the All-Star Game. So honestly, I don't like it personally, because we've already seen this in the Rising Stars game, and it's already But at what point, what other ideas does the NBA have? People mentioned what other options does the NBA have? I mean, they've done so many ideas and they've all fallen flat so far, which is, it's kind of tough to say at this point. I'm pretty sure it's damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point, just because having certain expectations for an All-Star game, which a lot of players just do it just for, just to show up and not take it too seriously just because they're injured. It's tough to gauge on how entertaining it's going to be for fans, just because we know these players aren't going to try 100% just because of health reasons, and make sure they stay healthy for the second half of the year. But it's tough to say what format or what kind of challenges would make them more competitive, because the 3-point contest has been fun so far. Steph versus Sabrina was great as well last year, but the dunk contest, the skills challenge, I mean, the Rising Stars game is all right, but yeah, they got I don't know how they can gauge interest to try to figure out what will be entertaining for fans or not, but I do know that we need to start changing things up and maybe lower expectations even more for the All-Star weekend, just because it's a time for players to rest and let their bodies cool down so they're ready for the second half of the season. Us expecting players to go 1,000%. So yeah. So yeah, it depends. It's kind of tough because we want to see like the old All-Star games where they were going 100% back and forth. Like the years of the 2000s was good, the 1990s was good as well. I mean, maybe early 2010s with the target score. So yeah, it's just tough to gauge, but hopefully it gets hopefully we figure out a way to make sure it's somewhat watchable. So hey, it is what it is. What else? And then the last topic, basically the Sixers. Yeah, they're in turmoil right now. Yeah, lots going on. Yeah, they're in trouble. They're 2-12 right now. They just lost last night to the Grizzlies. I think all three players were playing. So it's tough for the Sixers right now. You have PG talking about the Sixers problems in the public on a pod. I think today he talked about it with it was Reggie Jackson he had on the pod. They were talking about the Lakers. He was talking about the problems that we were having. It got leaked that they were having a meeting and Maxey was yelling at Embiid for not taking stuff seriously. So everything that's going wrong for the Sixers is now. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough for the Sixers right now just because Embiid is obviously the most hurt he's been all year. He's only played like through 2, 3, 4 games max so far, and it's like 20, 30 games into the season so far. PG hyperextended the same knee he hyperextended not in the regular season, but in the preseason. So tough news. We don't know how long PG is going to be out. Maxey has been in and out of the lineup. The only bright spot for the Sixers right now has been Mr. Jared McCain. He has been hooping the rookie has been hooping. I think that the games where he was starter and not Mr. Tyrese Maxey, he scored like 25 or 20 plus, and I think he had like 2, 3, 30 bombs as well. So he's been cooking. But yeah, for the Sixers, this is why I said in the preseason, don't take this team too seriously. They have injuries. Paul George has been known to be injured from time to time. Tyrese Maxey can't do it all by himself, which is leading to injuries for him trying to carry the team. I think I said this in the beginning of the season. Let McCain hoop. Let him show what he has, and he's been proven right with opportunity so far. So shout out to Jared McCain and them. Hey, and I think that's pretty much it. A very, very short episode today, since us only me. Hold on. So just a quick recap of how the conferences are looking so far. Cleveland's at number 1. They only lost once to the Celtics. The Celtics are 12-3. The Knicks, Magic, Heat, Pistons, Hawks, Nets, Bucks, Pacers. Those are the playoffs play-in teams so far. The bottom teams in the East, the Bulls, the Hornets, the Raptors, the Wizards, and the Sixers. As for the West, the playoff teams and play-in teams are the Warriors, the Thunder, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Suns, Clippers, Grizzlies, and Kings. And your bottom teams are the Mavericks, Spurs, Blazers, and Pelicans. Yeah, I mean, the West is obviously better than the East just because in the East, there's what? Seeds 5 through 15 are all under 500. The Heat are 6-7. Everyone else has a worse record. But in the West, everyone that is the 11th seed and higher are above 500. So yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15 seed are under 500. So yeah, obviously, if you ever have a conversation about anyone versus conferences, the West is obviously the powerhouse so far. So hey, that is your quick recap. Hey, quick episode, obviously, because it's the holidays soon. We'll make sure we relax ourselves, enjoy ourselves, and try to get as much done so we can relax and enjoy the holidays. So just a heads up, next Thursday will not be live due to it being Thanksgiving, but we will be live, I believe, Tuesday to do NFL/NBA. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and comment down below. Also, I just got a notification. Paul George will probably miss at least 2 games. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully it's not more because the Sixers need him badly, but health is more important, so heal up PG. Make sure you like and comment down below, subscribe, put a notification so you know when we upload. Make sure you follow all the socials to get up to date with everything as well. Socials. Also follow us on all the audio platforms in case you don't want to watch us. You can always just listen to us. Feel free to give us any feedback you can on said platforms. And hey, we will see y'all Thursday. Enjoy the NFL weekend and the NBA weekend and other sports. And with that being said, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro. Deuces.
He's a producer.
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't want to question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.